Hi friends, it's Andrew with the Hesitant Handyman here, and I am going to talk to you today about this here LG fridge. Now, I've had this fridge for a while. We've actually bought it off of the floor at our local Home Depot, got a steal on it, and it's been a great fridge for us. One thing that we did have that happened with it, that apparently happens with this and also with Kenmore brand fridges of this style, is there's a leak that sometimes develops, and it comes out and makes a puddle down here in the bottom of the fridge. I didn't know where it was at first. It took me a little bit of Googling to find out that there's a reservoir housed down in here that you can replace that is sometimes the culprit for that leak. And turns out, in my case, yeah, that was exactly what it was. So I had to actually replace that. This has been out of warranty for a while, but it still works really well for us. So I wanted to go ahead and fix it myself. The part was readily available, but it wasn't a terribly hard thing, but I wanted to go ahead and share with you what it is. In my specific case, I had one thing that came up in it that I couldn't figure out from any of the videos that I'd seen, and I wanted to share so that if somebody else needed that particular piece of advice, you would know. First off, you're going to want to make sure you disconnect the electricity and make sure the water is shut off. Next up, you're going to take out this inside door and then the panel behind the door, which covers where the screw is to get to the reservoir. Once you've got that piece off, you can go ahead and use a screwdriver. I use the Leatherman for that. Take that screw out. Once you have taken the screw out, you just need to pop this panel off. Now, it's harder than it looks. The thing that I didn't know going into it, because none of the videos showed it, is there is actually a prong that is basically stabbed into a panel on the inside, and that's what locks it into place. So once I got a tool under there, popped that off, and it's just a matter of disconnecting the two little hoses that are connected to the reservoir. One goes to the water system itself, the other one goes back to the water source. You want to have a bowl on hand for that so that you can drip any water into it. Once we got done with that, went ahead and put in the new one, doing exactly the opposite of what just happened. Took out the hoses and put everything back in there. Next up, I wanted to test it before I assembled everything back, because once you've closed the door up, it's really hard to tell that there's a leak in there. So I went ahead and called my wife over to come over and help me. Now, if you've ever owned one of these, you know that it will not work most of the time when the door is standing wide open. There is a way around this. Basically, you just take an ordinary kitchen magnet, hold it up next to the sensor, and that will make it think the door is closed. My wife then was able to put some water into the glass on the other side while I held the reservoir and made sure there was no water spraying out of it. So once I tested that, we knew that it had been successful and we could put everything back together, which means putting the panels back into place where they belong and screwing everything back together and putting all of your shelving back in. So overall, it's a really easy fix if it's something that is a fairly common issue with the LGs from what I understand, and you're looking for help on how to do that. This is how I did it. Oh, and because I had just been letting it sit for months, I went ahead and did a full flush of the water system, ran about 3 gallons through it. I'm also replacing the filters. So hope this was a help to you, and if you liked this video, go ahead and like and subscribe for more. Have a great day.